The Juan Soto Show continuing to provide must-see theater here in the Bronx. Soto delighting his new fan club with a big three-run homer, helping the Yankees come from behind for a 5-3 victory here tonight over the Tampa Bay Rays, opening their homestand. Soto got a big ovation not just from the crowd, but from his home dugout as he barreled the ball, hit it into the second deck in right field, and then looked toward the dugout, and they were going nuts. As Soto said after the game, it feels like family in there. And it feels like family, too, what he's doing with the fans in right field, who are clearly trying to entice him to stay in the Bronx long-term. Chants of MVP greeting Soto as he returned to his defensive position in the top of the eighth inning. Now, as for MVP, he said it's too early to think about that, but it's not too early really to look at the stats. He's hitting .347 now with 5 home runs and 20 RBIs in his first 20 games as a Yankee. And Soto was asked after the game, how does this compare to what you expected coming in? And he thought about it for a second, and he said, what I expected was to be in first place by this point and then hold on to it the rest of the way. And so far so good for Soto. And he even has contributed defensively more than advertised. Certainly this was not one of his calling cards in his previous stops in Washington or San Diego, but he really did work hard on his defense, especially coming to the American League this past offseason. And you've seen the results there. He made a really nice play in the third inning to take an extra base hit away. It probably wouldn't have got out, but Clark Schmidt said, hey, this guy just signed on the dotted line. Whatever he wants, he's a big game player, and he comes through in the biggest moments, which is what you want from your star player. Schmidt, by the way, navigated high traffic, but did throw a career high in pitches in this game, got over the century mark for the first time in his career, so that's a big step forward for Clark Schmidt. Did limit the Tampa Bay Rays to just 1 run as the Yankees win consecutive games after they rallied for that victory in Toronto. As far as that 5-run inning, by the way, all of the runs unearned as the Yankees taking advantage of 2 Tampa Bay errors. Oswaldo Cabrera hit a ball that I thought should have been credited as a single. It went as an error. That one put the Yanks on the board, and then Anthony Volpe coming through with a game-tying single in this one, and that snapped in 0 for 14 at the plate for Volpe, who has slumped a little bit after being moved to the leadoff spot after a hot start in the leadoff spot. That brought things around to the 9th inning after Ian Hamilton touched up for 2 runs in the 8th, and Holmes had to navigate some heavy traffic there. There was a odd play on a bloop hit into shallow center field. The Yankees wound up getting the force out at third. There was a little slowdown there as we're trying to anticipate and figure out if the infield fly had been called. It was not, and there was a force out at third. That gave you runners at first and second with 1 out, and then Holmes, who said the biggest key for a sinker baller is you got to keep trusting the ground ball, and you're just 1 pitch away from getting out of it. Well, he did get that 1 pitch now as a ground ball double play to shortstop, and the Yankees celebrated the victory, and they played John Sterling on the scoreboard, of course, as this is the weekend of Sterling. The send-off for John is tomorrow afternoon here at the stadium. So that's the hokey pokey. That's what it's all about. Once again, your final score here at Yankee Stadium was the Yankees 5 and the Rays 3. Get here early, get here early, get here early tomorrow if you're coming to the ceremony, not just the John Sterling ceremony, but also the giveaway of the Aaron Judd bobblehead. So there will be long lines here. Leave extra time. See you tomorrow. Big day in the Bronx.